And I am here today. I wanted to shoot this video to kind of put something out there that parents need to think about. It's about a real situation that happened to my family, something that we're actually going through and dealing with right now. And to all of my family, this is probably the first time they'll see this video also. Don't call me yelling and screaming in the telephone, because we kind of kept it to ourselves for a reason. It was something that we had to deal with. Okay, so what happened was, my son, he is 5 years old, and as you know, he was diagnosed with autism. You may or may not know, he was diagnosed with autism when he was 3 years old. And I'm going to make this as brief as possible and keep to the point, because later on I'll do more videos to kind of explain. But Sammy was 3 years old when he was diagnosed, so he was able to get into the school system here in a special program. So he went to a regular school, but he was in a special pre-K program, and it's for kids with special needs. And the ages, I think you can go in as early as 3. The longest you can stay in is 5. After your 5th birthday, then you'll go into another program. So Sammy, by the time he was 3 and he got into this program, was the first time that he actually was away from me. So it made me really, really nervous, as any parent. Even with my typical girls, I have 2 older girls, I was very leery about sending them to daycare. So I was just as leery about sending Sammy. I think I was more upset by having to send him to school than he was about going, because he actually loved it. The first day I dropped him off, he was happy, gave me a kiss bye-bye, and he was on his way, never had any problems until this year, which is the next school year. The first school year was fine. This year we had some issues where Sammy was getting upset. He didn't want to go to school, and it wasn't the typical upset. It was kick, fight, scream, and literally in the morning the principal of the school would have to assist me with prying him out of the car. I mean, literally we would pull him out of the car in the morning to get him to the classroom. And I wasn't sure what was happening. He was in the same teacher's classroom as last year, so that wasn't an issue for me. There were more children, so I thought maybe he wasn't getting as much attention as he was the year before. His speech therapist changed, so maybe it was something with the speech therapist, maybe something with the, maybe some of the other kids were inadvertently picking on him, or something was going on. And later on I'll share some video with you, so you'll see that this is not an exaggeration when I tell you how horrible it got. I mean, I would get to work every day and I would be in tears. And thank goodness for the ladies who work with me, because they were a big support, and they would give me hugs and tell me it was going to be okay. And every morning I would say, no, it's not going to be okay. I have to figure out what's going on. There's something going on with my baby. Long story short, like I said, I'll give you another video that'll tell you a little bit more about what prompted me to do this. But beside the fact that he was very upset in the morning. So my mom plays a very big role in Sammy's life and my kid's life. She would pick him up in the evenings. I would drop him off in the morning before I got to go to work, and she would pick him up, and she'd watch him until I get off at 5 o'clock. So my mom was really upset because we knew something was going on. Towards the end, he started to use the restroom on himself, which is not something that's unheard of for kids with autism, but for Sammy to actually revert and go backwards, we figured, along with everything else that was happening, we knew something crazy was going on. So my mom went to the teacher, and she told the teacher something was going on. Of course, the teacher said she wasn't sure what was going on, but that she would keep an eye on Sammy, and that she would check on him when he was in the in the classroom with the speech therapist, and that she would kind of watch out for him. So my mom told the teacher, said, something going on at the school. It has to be, because that's the only time we're having this problem, along with some other behavioral issues that started to take place at home, saying things that I knew he was not picking up from my house. And the only other person who kept him was my mom, and I knew he wasn't picking it up when I say some things that were very, very inappropriate, things that shouldn't be coming out of an adult's mouth, let alone a 5-year-old child. And the reason he was doing this was because Sammy has what they call, he does echolalia. So he repeats what he hears. He can't really communicate and come and say, Mom, this is what's happening. But through a series of listening to some of the things that he was saying and knowing who he was spending a lot of time with, I figured somebody at the school had been saying these things. So, of course, like I said, the teacher denied it. And we decided that for, the best interest of Sammy, we would bug him. So I bought a little recorder that was voice activated, and I recorded 2 days. Didn't listen to the first day, went ahead and recorded the second day. And when the kids went on break, a holiday break, my mom called me and she said, she called me at work and she said, I was listening to the tape, and I said, oh, is everything okay? She said, oh, everything is fine. I'll tell you about it when you get home. So I get home and see the transcripts basically of what had been going on in the class. And long story short, the teacher had been physically and mentally abusing the kids, calling the children out of their names. You can hear her hitting, it sounds like she's hitting one kid in the background and then telling the other kid, I'm going to take my belt to you next. Telling my son to shut up and sit his ass down. And some of the things that I won't even repeat on here, but take my word for it. Had it been you with your child or me with my child treating them like that, we'd be locked up. Okay, that's the bottom line, we'd be locked up. So what I want to say in this video and to get over to you in this video, my son is fine now. We have moved forward. We've gotten the teacher and the assistant, because there was an assistant in the classroom. Though I didn't hear her say anything, she didn't stop anything, she didn't report any of it. She was obviously she was there because we could hear her talking, so she heard the things that were she heard and saw the things that were going on. So I say this all to say, this teacher is someone that during the summer, she would text message me. I went to her father's funeral during the summer when she called and told me. We would take gifts to her. I bought her coffee. And every morning when I would come to work crying, because I would leave the school crying, she would send me text messages. Oh, he's fine. Sammy's okay. Everything is fine. And to find out that she was doing this to my child was like she cut my throat. That's what I felt like. Hope you can see me because my phone ran out of memory. But like I was saying before, was that I felt like she cut my throat. She cut my throat, and then she threw salt in the wound, because all I did were nice things for her. I had nice things to say about her, and I'm still so puzzled as to what would make her do that to my son, and what would make her do that to those other kids. The children in the classroom, like I said, they're special needs, ages 3 to 5, and it just puzzles me. And I just want to say to you is to pay attention to what's going on with your children. If your child, typical or special needs, has come to a point where their behavior is different and some things are changing, dig a little bit deeper to find out what is going on. I don't even know what to say beyond that. There'll be more videos to come. I'll be sharing more information with you. I'll be sharing with you some of the video recordings, possibly. I don't know if I want to put those out there, but I'll be sharing more information with you about how my family and I are dealing with it, how Sammy is dealing with it. He is at a new school now, so he's doing much better. He's starting to talk again because he had stopped talking. He is almost completely potty trained again. So just stick with me. like I said, make sure that you're paying attention to what's going on with your children. Don't always assume that they're just cutting up or acting up. But anyway, if you want more information, or if you want to kind of keep in touch with what I'm doing, go to Sammy'sMom.com. That's SAMMIESMOM.com, and fill out, give me your email address, and I'll be more than happy to add you to the list. And as I do these videos, I'll send them straight to your email box, along with some more tips and strategies on how to deal and how to overcome, how to keep your sanity with a diagnosis of autism. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.